So my journey probably goes back to when I was in sixth form at school. Was playing rugby there. Through unfortunate illness, I basically had to stop playing rugby, and school gave me a fantastic opportunity to start coaching at a young age. And that's where my kind of rugby journey took off. I came up to Hartpury University when I was 19. Sean Lynn was actually my university coach at the time. That's how our kind of relationship started. I came through university, finished my university and went back home to Devon and just kind of coached amateur rugby, men's and women's side of things. And then when I saw that Linny had got the job up here, I had some good experience within women's rugby, and I just gave him a call and said, what's the chances of me coming up and linking back up? And we had a couple of meetings and things went from there, really. He came up here, and I think the rest is kind of history. We've built, I think, a good relationship. We've had the teams growing, the environment's growing, the whole rugby club's grown as a whole, and it's been nice to see other coaches on a similar sort of journey come in as well and work with them. But no, it's been a great journey here, and I think I'm coming up to about 3 years now. So no, loved every minute of it here. Yeah, he's someone that really, when I came on board, I didn't obviously knew about him as coaching back at university, but it was great to come back in and see where he's got to, and he's really kind of been a real good mentor and person for me to look up to, and he's really helped me on my coaching journey, and it's something that, you know, hopefully we can continue to grow. And I think we challenge each other. You know, we both look at kind of the attack and back sides of things. I think it's nice to be able to bounce ideas off each other, and I think that's probably one of the reasons as well we've been able to accelerate things forward. And no, it's been great, and you know, hopefully the relationship continues. Yeah, so I was actually due to go on a rugby tour to South Africa with my school. 3 days before my rugby tour, I had a mysterious lump on my neck that I went to the GP to check. Sadly, I got diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, which took me a couple of years to get through with chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant. But that was kind of the derailing of the rugby career part. But I guess the silver lining is that it gave me an opportunity to coach and give me a coaching career that I do now and I absolutely love. Cancer is such a prominent thing in this world, and you know, I know other coaches in our staff have been through similar stuff. I think it's out there, isn't it? And everything in life and illness gives you perspective about making sure you make the most of each day. And I think it's making sure we do that, and I definitely try to do that and make sure I get the most out of each day, because you know, you never know what's around the corner, and sadly these things in life happen. But hopefully people don't ever get to experience that side of life, but it really does put things in perspective and make you want to work hard and get out what you want in life, because you never know how long you've got to achieve it. In general, I think as a coaching group, just coaches, S&C staff, medical, ops side of things, I think we're all very close. We all try to do as much as we can, all in the same office, and try to build that kind of cohesion as well, because it's visible to players. I think if your coaching side or your whole team's not together, and togetherness is something we talk about. So if we talk about togetherness and being hardworking individuals and having a good mentality, then you have to do that as a backroom staff. Some amazing memories, some memories for life in these last 2 years. I think it was so special to do what we did. It was my first kind of full season where we won it at Kingsholm, and I think that was kind of very special because it probably wasn't expected at the beginning, but we had a great season. And then last year, again, we kind of backed it up with this similar sort of group, and I think that's a big thing about us, is making sure that we try and retain as many of our players as possible, because these are the girls now that have that experience. And look, winning isn't easy, so we've got to make sure that we continue to grow and adapt. And this season, like you said, it isn't easy because we've got so many players away, as do other squads, and it's about how we use that pathway and adapt now to hit the floor running, because we will be playing league games without some of our internationals. It's about some of these girls stepping up now and taking opportunity and giving a good platform for when these international girls do come back. Not only do they come in, but they're fighting for their shirts, and I think that's important that we have internal competition. Because if we want to go on and do things again this year, other squads have grown, other squads have built as well. It's about staying one step ahead and making sure that we can kick on. And you know, we want to have that hunger. We've got to have that hunger and want to go and do do a three-peat and win 3 times in a row. So look, it's something we want, and it's something that I think the girls really want to get after, and this young group in at the moment are showing that, and showing that kind of those initial stages of that determination and want to do that, which is great. So when these girls come in, they hit the ground running. I actually think the excitement at the moment for the coaching staff is these young girls coming through, and what can they do. I think it's great. You know, great winning titles is great, and it's great for the club, but I think also for coaches, and hopefully some of the fan base out there, seeing some of the likes of Georgia Brock, Pip Hendy, Steph Else getting into a Red Roses squad and potentially getting some caps, it is really exciting, and that's what we want. You know, we want people to come to Gloucester Hartpury not only because they want a shot at getting into the top 4 and winning titles, but they want a shot at getting into international setups, which I think is super exciting. Look, we'd love to win it 3 times. Winning's fun. The girls love it. We love it, but it really isn't easy. And the competition in this league is exactly what PWR set out to do, was to make this the most competitive and strongest league in the world. And we've achieved that. I think we are achieving that. I think it's going to be even more competitive this year. So we've really got to be on it this year and try and think a bit further ahead and take it a week at a time like we always do, but you know, we want to get in that top 4 mainly. If you hear some of them speak after games, sometimes they're slightly frustrated that they didn't get the things out of the games that they wanted to, potentially in attack, but the development of this team and the growth of this team, it can kick on again. It has to. You know, we can't sit still, we can't stay still as a group, so we have to kick on, and whether we adjust some things slightly, we might do, but the potential of this group is massive, and I think they want to go on and unlock that. They're always looking for the perfect game. No game's obviously perfect, but they know that they've not really probably hit the straps that they want to get to. So I'm excited to see when this group comes back in after their international campaigns, about how they want to kick on and take on some of the tough opposition. And we've got to do well against these kind of 5, 6, 7 teams now that are really strong in this league. I think the attack's in a good place. The thing with all these international camps, you haven't got a lot of time to adjust stuff. And look, there won't be major adjustments, I think, in what we do, in some of our game plans and some of the stuff we talk about. It works, so it's stuff that we will keep getting after. There'll be some slight adjustments here, but we haven't got a bulk of time to start changing things massively. And it's about making sure how smooth can the transition be for some of these girls coming back in, because we have such a large number that are going to come back into us. It's making sure that they're able to hit the ground running as well, because we will only have maybe a week, 2 weeks training max between them coming back and our first game. So we want to make sure they hit the ground running, they buy into our principles and philosophies quite quickly, which the majority of them will know, and things haven't changed a great deal. But the attack's looking good, and I think the nice thing for us in this pre-season is it should allow some of these young, quick backs that you know, we're excited to see hands on ball, give them opportunity in the wide spaces, and see what they can do.